happy week before Thanksgiving. I guess I could just start by saying welcome to our classroom. I'm sitting here in our little comfy area, and I've always said that I wish I could have an orientation with all of my parents and let them know exactly how things are, how we do things in our math class here. And for some reason, it hit me last week that I could. All I have to do is shoot you a video, just like I do for the kids. I am no videographer. I don't do a lot of editing, any editing. I might merge a video, but that's it. So this is going to be pretty raw and just very real, and I just felt like that this would be the easiest way to give you a picture of what our classroom looks like, what math looks like, and kind of how things work, and hopefully maybe answer some of your questions as a whole. And then of course I'll be in touch if we need to talk about anything more. But a lot of the questions that I saw coming back on midterms this time were the same thing, and I felt like maybe this might be a way to reach a multitude of people. So without further ado, let's take a quick little tour. I'm just going to go over a few things with you today, and then I thought maybe I would just do a series of a few videos as we move through on, what's going on here and how we do things in math. So without waiting anymore, because I don't want this to be very long, I'm just going to go over here to the door, and I'm going to just give you a little glimpse, because I will say this is my most absolute favorite classroom. I've been teaching 30 years. This is year 30 for me. I started teaching in 1992. I taught 5th grade for 10 years, and then came to the middle school and taught here for 13. Left the classroom for 4 years and then came back, and I've been back, and this is actually year 30. So, but I'm going to turn things around a minute and let you kind of see what everything looks like in here and what your kids see. I'm not going to show you my desk because it's a hot mess, but what their environment looks like. So this is our room. They're seated in groups, and I tend to, like today I did some flexible grouping, but I do some flexible seating. They're just now getting to the point where they'll ask if they can sit in the chairs. I have, if you notice over there's one more over there. But I have clipboards down here that they can grab and use as a lap desk and that kind of thing. So, this is our room, and this is kind of where we live and do our math. So our standards are there, vocabulary, and so now let's talk about a little bit of what is in here. This is the most important wall, and I think this is the wall that all of you will be most concerned with. This is how I show missing work. Each class period has color. Everything's color-coded. And each sticky note that you see there is a missing assignment. So I have a lot of missing work. This is, not something that is the norm, and I know that the craziness of this last month has kind of led to some of this, which is why I'm extending a lot of grace. I'm trying to get these assignments in. But the procedure is that your student would see that they have a post-it here. The assignment is written on the post-it, as well as their name and their class period. This is a quick visual for them and for me to see what we have going on. I will say that every student that is represented here has been given what they need and has everything that they need to make up any assignments that are posted at the moment. From there, they do the assignment, and when they're done, they go take their sticky note off of the wall, and they bring and put it right here in this basket. They put the sticky note on it, turn it in right there, and then I pull from there, take it, and get it graded for them. So that was a big thing, is missing work. And so that is how our missing work, and I can easily see that from my students who have missing work can come to lunch on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. They can come and eat lunch with me in here in the room and get some help if they need it. This week I've been doing tutoring Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoons after school. Pretty much lunch is a given on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's been that way since school started unless something happens. I am going to be beefing up and amping up the after school between now and Christmas. But then after Christmas, it will have to change a little bit because I am the tennis coach at the high school for the girls' tennis team. So I have to make a few changes and adjustments there on the after school. But lunch is always an option. If it gets down to the wire, if there's something they need a little more time on, if they're taking a test or something like that, I do have the option on Fridays of pulling them from their connections classes and letting them come in during connections and during my planning to work on things. And so I do that as well. I kind of reserve that more for students who need to take a test, make up a test, or make up a quiz, and not as much for instructional time. So that is missing work. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and we will be sending home signed papers. One of the things that I wanted to show you and make you aware of is how I am going to do some recovery on grades that are below a 70. So any grade below a 70, daily grades and formative grades can be redone for a grade up to a 70. So it's not a replacement grade. The highest grade they can get if they redo something is a 70. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is sending this home with them tomorrow in their signed papers. This is the procedures for doing their corrections. I would ask that you just make sure you pay really close attention to this because I am going to hold very, very strictly to this format because it's what makes it easy for me. Because the more work that I let them redo, the more I have to grade. And grading is something that can very easily get away from me because of it's just grading papers is pretty much can be equated to doing laundry. It can pile up quick. So if you will just make sure that you take a quick, long, hard look at that. But this is how we'll be doing some correction type work. When they come home tomorrow with their signed papers, they'll know which papers they need to do this way, and then if there's some that we'll be doing another way. So they'll know. One of the things that I recommend that you do is look on Infinite Campus at your students' grades, see if they have anything missing, if they have anything that is below a 70, and make a list. Once they bring their signed papers home tomorrow, if you'll look for those papers in their signed papers, the ones that are below 70, the ones that are missing, or obviously if they're missing, they won't have it, but if it's a grade below a 70, look for it in their signed papers. And then if they will collect those papers, I have some 2-pocket folders and I'm happy to give them. They may have an extra one at home, but if they will put those papers in a folder, those are the papers and those are the things that we can then focus on during lunch and if they stay after school or if I need to pull them during their connections class. That gives us a little more focus and it also gives them an idea of what they need to do and what we need to work on, and it helps keep me from having to scramble and figure out what it is they need to do. If they can come to me with that folder, excuse me, my mouth's getting a little dry. If they can come to me with that folder and say, Ms. Bosworth, these are my grades that I wanted to try to redo, it will be so much smoother. So just, kind of think about that. I'm going to be telling them the same thing tomorrow when I give them their papers. So that is makeup work, missing work, that kind of thing. Now, there will be some, some things they'll know. They will know which assignments they will, need to do based on that format, and then they will know which ones are the ones that they need to do maybe a different way, or maybe I'm going to let them redo the whole thing or something. It just depends. Something else that I sent home earlier this year with their signed papers, and I've really harped on it with them, is their math minutes. If I sent this out in Remind, and I've sent it on with the kids, and I'll probably send another one, probably not until after Thanksgiving, maybe even wait until the second semester starts. But this is math minutes. And what this is just 15 to 20 minutes a night of doing something math related, doing something math related. If they don't do anything but just, work a couple of problems from similar to what we did in class. Now, Google Classroom is their go-to. Their Google Classroom is their go-to. Now, I am going to quickly walk you through, because they're going to be getting a test sent home after Thanksgiving. The test that they took this week will come home after Thanksgiving. I hadn't finished grading them because a lot of them hadn't finished it yet. And so when I send that test home, I'm going to do another video walking you through all of the procedures for what I did to help them prepare and to help them study and help them learn how to study, and then show you their Google Classroom and what all is there. But until then, if till that, like I said, I may do several of these, but have them get on Google Classroom and do something related to math. If they don't do anything but just, I've got math games posted on there. I mean, there's stuff all in there that they can do. 10, 15, 20 minutes of something math related every night is their math minutes. I don't give a lot of outside homework. They do have homework. They don't have homework every single night. It just is given to them when it's applicable and when they need it. We do have a lot of times where we have to extend and do a little bit at home because we went from a 90-minute class to a 60-minute class. So we might have to do a little more practice at home versus having that the extra 30 minutes here at school to do it. But we don't have an overabundance of homework. If your child ever gets home and is struggling with homework, send me a message and remind and just say, hey, we've tried this. They're really having a hard time. Can you get with them tomorrow? At least I know they put forth the effort. I never, ever really take a grade over homework that is for practice. I don't take homework grades. Now, things like projects that they have to finish, things like that, yes, those things would be a grade. But for the most part, homework is for practice. Homework is just a way for them to try outside of this building, away from me. But you can tell them, I'm sure Ms. Bosworth has a video that you can watch, because I'm going to walk you through all of the videos and all of the things that I do there, but just not here, just not this time. I just kind of wanted to introduce everything. The makeup work and the missing work procedure was a really big thing, and recovering some of those low grades and the math minutes were the things that I wanted to kind of hit on tonight or today or with this video. And but like I said, right after Thanksgiving break, I'm going to be sending home a test that they took this week. When I send that test home, I'm going to send a video out to show you in their Google Classroom all of the things that they had that would help them prepare. And as we go into our next unit, I'm going to kind of do some little snippets of videos to show you how I set up their Google Classroom with all of the resources that they would have within the unit, instead of waiting until the last minute to try to cram everything in right before the test, and all of the things that are there as we build their Google Classroom. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, if there's anything that you want me to include, I do have a list of some things from some other parents that I'm going to be including along the way. But right now, this was and this one is also not specific to math or accelerated math. This is kind of everybody. So I'm going to be shooting this out to everybody. And then as we move through things, I may make things a little more specific to math and accelerated. So I just thought, hey, why not do it this way for y'all just as much as I do for the kids? Like I said, I'm not a videographer. This is raw footage. I'm just me, just trying to connect with you and make your child have that experience here where they can be the most successful that they can be, and we can see them flourish and thrive. So if you have any questions, if you need anything, please let me know. If you want me to include something in one of these, let me know. Just let me know. And I hope y'all have an amazing Thanksgiving. Please be safe. Enjoy all of your families. Enjoy my kids and our kids. Love on them lots while they're home, because I love them all. And if you need anything, let me know. See ya.